Lakers guard Quinn Cook believes that whoever ends up as NBA champs when the season resumes will have earned it. Cook said, quote, "I don't believe that it deserves an asterisk. You have to be mentally tough to get through this together with your team, and whoever wins it deserves it." Chris Broussard is still with us. So, Chris, will this season have an asterisk next to it?
Why do I have a feeling that if LeBron wins, there are those who will remain nameless who will put an asterisk on his championship? But if Kawhi or somebody else wins, there will be no asterisk. So I am generally, as a rule, I'm against asterisks, or, the mental asterisks we put on them, because there are so many years that are affected, championships that are affected by off-the-court situations, usually injuries, but there are many other things. In the 70s, Skip, you remember this, both of you guys. In the 70s, half of the best players in the world were playing in the ABA. And we don't put asterisks on Kareem's championship in 71 and the Knicks championships in, 70 and 73, even though so many great players weren't playing. In the Rockets, 94, the best player in the world, Michael Jordan, was playing baseball. There's no asterisk there. The lockout seasons. You can even go up to, last year with the injuries to Golden State. We don't put an asterisk on Toronto. So I'm against asterisks as a rule, or mental asterisks. And my feeling is, as long as everybody is playing by the same rules, everybody's been locked out of their facilities for 3 months, essentially. Everybody's going to do the new 1-16 reseeding if that's how they decide to go. Everybody's going to have this play-in tournament for the 7th and 8th seeds, or the 8th seeds, whatever they do. So as long as everybody's playing under the different circumstances, then there will be no asterisks, because whoever wins will have overcome these tremendous odds that the other teams couldn't overcome.
You're exactly right. And we all know that the asterisk only applies to LeBron if he wins, because now that puts it one step closer. So we got to try to somehow paint it like he had a court bat or something. But Skip Bayless, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, because this is you. This you talking. This ain't nobody else put no asterisk by it. This is you. You're hoping. Yes, you. I hear you. I can see you too. You're hoping. Now, if Kawhi were to win this title, Chris, it's worth 2. Considering that what he had to go through, he's coming off the knee injury, he moved from Toronto, he went to the lowly Clippers, so that's 2 championships right there. So now he's officially way ahead of LeBron. Stop. There's no asterisk on this, because, as Chris said, everybody is under the same scenario. Everybody stopped their season basically at the exact same time. It's not like some teams been playing pickup ball, had all 10 of their guys, and they've been playing 5-on-5. That's not the case. I believe they're going to come back, and they're going to probably try to even this thing out, maybe 8 to 10 games, and then you're going to start the playoffs and go from there. So, no, there is no asterisk when LeBron James win the title, because we know that's what's going to happen. It's inevitable, Skip Bayless. You don't want it to happen, but my guy been looking good. He been posting them videos. He been training. Yeah, it's a done deal. And AD, riding them bicycles, they getting their legs right. It's on and cracking.
Wait a second. Your guy has been training by riding a bicycle through West Hollywood. I don't know. The last time I looked, I don't know if that qualifies as training, but have fun. It feels like LeBron is semi-retired now, but that's a whole nother issue. Okay.
Whatever.
It's my turn to go. And I am here to tell you, I am picking, as I did before the year started, I am picking the Clippers to win it all. And if they do win it all, this season will be tainted. The Clippers championship, I'm disqualifying the championship right here, right now. It will deserve an asterisk. It's not going to be a full season. What have they played? 63 games so far, the Lakers have. They're not going to get to 82 games. There's going to be a 4-month break, a 4-month hiatus between the March 13th game and whatever game they pick up in later July. It's not right. It's not real. It's not what it should be. So we will always remember this as the COVID championship. I'm sorry, it's just life. The Clippers are going to win the COVID championship, and it will have a big old tainted asterisk on it because it's just like 1999. I'm a Spurs fan, and that deserved an asterisk. That was a lockout shortened season in 99. They only played 50 games that year. So you got me on that one. Tim Duncan and David Robinson won a tainted championship. I thought LeBron's it deserved a little asterisk in 2012, his breakthrough championship, because that was a lockout season that didn't start until December 25th. So, again, unless it's a real 82-gamer followed by real playoffs, I have a problem with it. I will always remember it as a shortened season. I'm sorry, but I was completely honest about the team that is going to win the championship, Kawhi Leonard's team.
Do we have that on videotape? Because
we do.
I'm like you, I picked the Clippers as well, but I just have a feeling that this is, as Shannon said, this is the LeBron asterisk, and I don't know that you'll feel that way if the Clippers go ahead and win it. But I'll say this, Skip, as you said, you put an asterisk by the Spurs championship. But let's think about it. When we talk about Tim Duncan, what do we say? He's got 5. He's got 5 rings. We don't say he's got 4, and then that one. We say LeBron's got 3. So even if, look, it's going to be impossible for us to not kind of have the mental asterisk by this for a few years just because of the situations. This whole year has an asterisk in everyday life. But I think as time goes on, if LeBron wins it, it'll be 4. It won't be 3.5. It'll be 4. If Kawhi wins it, it'll be 3. So I think this will get, in history, this will get the same value that the other championships get as time goes on.
Skip, even in 94, when they struck, they still had an MVP. They still had a batting title winner. So why they just didn't play the World Series? So why would this be any different? At least everybody is under the same. Everybody is going to have the same layoff. They stop basically at the same time. They're going to be able to resume and practice and start the season, however many games they play, and then they're going to have the playoffs. So an asterisk should be something. I mean, I guess they did that who broke Roger Maris? When Roger Maris broke Babe's record, because I think he did it in 162 games and Babe did it in 154. But Skip, stop. This is LeBron James. You think you're slick.
No, it's not.
This is all about LeBron.
No.
And LeBron ain't gonna let you do it. We're gonna win this title.
No.
We're gonna win it.
I already did it. Kawhi's going to do it to LeBron. But I told you 3 months ago, LeBron got one great break with the COVID, and he got one bad break if, in fact, you guys are right and Shannon's right and he's going to win the championship. The great break was LeBron was on a hell-bent pace in his 17th season to win MVP, and I thought he had edged ahead of Giannis. Chris Broussard thought it was all Giannis all the time, fine. But I thought LeBron had been on such a breakneck pace in the last 2-3 weeks that we saw real basketball that he had edged ahead. And the great break was, remember, he's played the 3rd most total minutes in the history of this league behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Karl Malone. And for him to get a 4-month break before the playoffs start, well, you couldn't ask for a thank you God break like that one. But when they do come back, it's going to be abbreviated. It's going to be different. It's going to have an asterisk. It's just going to be a little tainted because it's not going to be 100% right. So that's where LeBron, if in fact he can pull off winning it, got a bad break, because we'll all look back on that one as well. Yeah, he won that one, but to Chris's point, it'll feel like more of a half of a championship.
Look, Skip, I do think at LeBron's age, there's no telling when he might fall off. It could happen suddenly. We don't know that. But I do think he's going to come back playing tremendous basketball. We've seen he's typically at his best in the playoffs because he sees that light at the end of the tunnel, the championship. And he's usually at his best with 82 games of wear and tear on his body. Now he's going to have that motivation for that championship without that wear and tear, with 3-4 months of rest on his body. And as Shannon said, you know his skills are sharp because he's probably got the most resources of any player in the league, right, to keep himself in shape and get his jump shots up and things like that. So I think he's going to come back playing tremendously. I just don't think they can overcome the Clippers. But again, no asterisks, none. And I was glad to hear you say that, Skip, though, about the Clippers, because I think this is just the LeBron rule that you're going to have.
All right. Interesting point on who will be helped or hurt by the extra time. I know this one we could go on for the rest of the show, but that's all the time we have. Chris, thank you for joining us. We look forward to having you back on Undisputed soon. And guys, Reggie Bush is joining us next after the break.